It's 5:45 in the morning. Not a great night's sleep because the bed's very hard and the pillows are also very hard. But it was nice to be cold. We're gonna have some breakfast and then we're off to see Satchanalai. We're both pretty knackered after yesterday, aching and everything. So today's going to be a bit like going on an episode of Survivor, I think. It's if the sun is as hot as it was yesterday, it probably will be. It's quite warm this morning. It's going to be difficult because we're going to be in the jungle and cycling. There's no way around it apparently. So we'll see how we do with that, how far we get and what we see. But maybe we'll feel a bit better after breakfast. She's going to rent a taxi for us for 2,000 baht to take us there and bring us back. And we've got 7 hours to play with because he'll take us there and bring us back and he'll wait for us. To actually get to the park, we go through the main entrance. One of the temples is outside before you get in the park, but then you get in the park and you have to go through this small village which is apparently very nice, and that takes somewhere between 20 or 30 minutes on a pedal bike. The receptionist looked at me and she's going like, oh, better get a taxi, you're an old fucker. These kids, they don't know. See them muscles? No, neither do I. It rains. Bollocks. That's it. I'm not going.
Almost 2 kilometers from the main ruins of the city are the tall and elegant buildings of the Wat Phra Siratana Mahatat. Strictly speaking, this temple does not belong to Satchanalai, but to Chaliang, an old Khmer city.
Depends which one you want to call it, because the Thais pronounce CH as sh, not ch. So let's say Chaliang, shall we? As you're going in, if you're not Thai, make sure you don't bang your head on that roof.
The city dates back to the 13th century, Thailand's first important kingdom. Prior to this, the northern region had for many years been in the hands of the Khmer, until they were eventually defeated and banished by 2 Thai princes.
Hello. Hello. Bye-bye. Ooh, steps are a bit bloody steep. In for a penny, in for a pound. So this is what you get when you get to the top of the prang. I don't know. I won't be disrespectful and say it looks like a large dildo. And the distinct odour of pigeon shit. Founded in 1250, Satchanalai was built next to the Yom River in between 2 hills for protection from their enemies. And there were 2 princes that were sent here to look after the place. I don't think these are the 2 princes, but just so you know. The 2 princes that were sent here, when they were young, they were found abandoned by a she-dragon and fed and nurtured until they grew up. And they came here, and when they grew up, one killed the other and took over the place and named it after himself. And that's why this place is known as the Rome of Thailand. And ladies, FYI, just for you, the toilets at Sukhothai Historical Park and the historical park here at Satchanalai were all very well maintained and very clean, so nothing to worry about there. And we're off! This is definitely the way to do it. You get in a bike, you're not going to see the whole thing. It takes about an hour and a half on the tram. So imagine doing that on a bike. It's 9 o'clock in the morning now, and it's got to be 40 degrees already. So you might think, oh, you lazy bastards. It's not about being lazy, it's about being sensible. So if you've got to get the tram, it costs the Thais 30 baht and the Farangs twice the price, 60 baht.
The 32 stupas that are positioned in 7 rows and of various styles and forms of the Wat Cheri Cheteo are a magnificent sight.
We get 15 minutes at each site, which is just enough time to get a feel for the place, but not enough to soak it up. So if you want to really explore, you better rent a bike.
The stupas of this temple also served as the final resting place for the ashes of numerous members of the viceroyal family. Each building was given generous dimensions. The majority of the buildings date back to King Loe Thai, who reigned during the second half of the 14th century. On some of the cheris, archaeologists discovered traces of artistic wall paintings, whereas the walls of some of the other structures still contain various beautiful elephant sculptures.
This is the first time I've seen this while we've been in Satchanalai. Most of the Buddha images have had their heads decapitated, which you see almost always in Ayutthaya.
Located to the south, the Wat Nang Paya, the Queen's Temple, and particularly its bell-shaped cheri, are still in relatively good condition.
I asked our very pleasant driver where we were, and he started to give me the whole history of the Wat, obviously not knowing I couldn't understand a bloody word he was saying, so I had to interrupt him, or I'd have probably been there for the rest of the tour. It says that one of the highlights is to see the standing Ayutthayan style stucco reliefs on the side of the temple's wall. I think I'm looking at the wrong bit because there's no reliefs here. And I like to say that's a relief, but it isn't. So this is the important thing to see, because this is a stucco relief that is extremely well preserved, and you don't see it anywhere else in the kingdom, basically.
The Wat Changlom Temple is one of the most remarkable sanctuaries in the heart of the old city. The builder of this temple was one of the most famous rulers of Sukhothai, King Ram Kanhan.
Now this is Wat Changlom, the elephant temple. Now the name of the temple is lost, real name of the temple is lost to history. So they just give it names, i.e. Wat Changlom. There are 39 elephants on here, and it was built in the 14th century Sukhothai dynasty. And if you're wondering what the elephants represent, they represent mental strength and protects the quality of Buddhism. And again, all the Buddha heads decapitated. Walking on these stones is not easy, is it? After seeing the magnificent Wat Changlom, that brought us to the end of our tour of Satchanalai's historical park, and we're now going for lunch. I know it's an early lunch, it's only 10:30. That took about an hour plus to see all that. This is one of the reasons that Satchanalai was actually built, because it was built right next to this river, the Yom River. Chom Krang restaurant. So you have to come down here and order from the menu, and the menu is in Thai. Got some nice looking cakes. We're going to have the Sukhothai noodles and some egg thing, which is supposedly very popular. And there's your beer. They've got beer, and we can drink today, which is good. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to get the energy to do it. So you could come up the stairs and you could have your lunch Thai style, or go sit outside and melt, but enjoy the view of the Yom River and the Wat Mahatat over there. But I think no, I want cool. So lunch we're having, that's like an omelette.
And I think this is radish, but made like with sugar, so it's kind of caramelized.
Okay, let's try it. And then they've got the lovely sauce mix, which I like. It's his onions, red chilies, fish sauce, cucumber. This is the famous Sukhothai noodles. I've just tried that, and that's like, what's famous about it? It's good. Americano orange, which is black coffee with fresh orange juice mixed together, and by itself it's kind of like, I've got it with milk and a little bit of sugar, and that works, but the flavour is predominantly fresh orange juice, which is great. And we've got beer, and there is nothing more refreshing on a hot day than a glass of beer and a temple. Yeah. Here we have a 35-year-old woman around the age of her death, 155 centimeters high, and the burial was dated to the 5th or 6th century. These are funerary beads and the likes of, again, 5th to 10th century. Now I can understand why archaeologists might enjoy the museum, but for 100 baht I thought it was a dead loss. Wat Shom Chuen was built in the 14th century, but the area was inhabited much earlier than that. Archaeologists discovered skeletons from the 3rd and 4th centuries. And although Satchanalai was closely associated with the Sukhothai kingdom, archaeological finds have proven that it existed in the 3rd and 4th centuries, way before the founding of Sukhothai kingdom. Now we're having the Last Supper. This is kale with crispy pork. FYI, if you don't know anything, this blue flower, which looks really edible, don't eat it. But you can if you want. Or let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. This is butterfly pea flower, and you can eat it. It's actually quite sweet. Very nice. Kind of a rustic taste, but there's a sweetness to it, which is surprising. The kale and crispy pork with the fried rice is very delicious, very, very nice, well done. I've got my fish and chips with lemon, and that's supposed to be real mayonnaise, and some toast, but we'll find out whether it is real mayonnaise. Okay, it's not real mayonnaise. But I'm okay. I've got the bread and butter and the chips and the fish, which looks like it's been fried a couple of times, but I'm not complaining. I'm hungry. Hello. Bye bye. Hello. Good morning. So what did I think of our 2-day stay here? I think of course the central zone in Sukhothai was very beautiful, and it was great to be able to go around in the golf cart and actually see pretty much everything, especially Wat Mahatat, which was amazing. When we came home last night, before we got home, we went to the 2 markets, and the first market was really good fun, beautiful, and the food was nice. When we came here to Wat Cham Lom, the market stall wasn't so good, and it was nice. We had fun, and the lights here, the way they did the lights and the candle procession, that was really beautiful as well. But by that time we were just completely exhausted. See Satchanalai the next day. Fortunately, after breakfast and a Nurofen, we were felt up for it, and we went, and it was well worth it. And again, it was great to be able to get the tram to go around the major sites instead of walking, which would have killed us. I can highly recommend you coming here, especially if you're into the history of Thailand, which you should be, because it's very fascinating. So I would definitely say yes, well worth the visit. So I hope you've enjoyed visiting Sukhothai and Satchanalai with us, and I hope it opens your mind to more of the Thai culture and stuff. So thanks so much for watching. Keep on watching, and subscribe if you like. If you don't like, subscribe anyway. Health and happiness. Bye.